The name of this game is SEC Baton Relay. The class will be split up into small groups, and the small groups will be named after a school in the SEC, which is basically a state in the southeastern region, like Auburn, Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, or Kentucky. Each player on each team will be named a city. Each school will be assigned a baton, which is color coordinated towards their school. The teacher or coach will explain to the class what batons are, how they are used in track and field. The baton for each team will be placed in the center of the court. See how this diagram shows each school and how each school is named after a state and how the members on the team are named after a city? In order to win a game, everyone must be able to name all the cities on their team. So pretty much everyone must know everyone's name on their team. Each team or school or state, whichever you prefer, will have their own pile of noodle slices. The game will start off by the first person or state capital running to the center of the court when the teacher says go or the relay begins, grabbing their team's baton and running back and giving it to the next person or the next city. Once the baton is handed off to the next city, that next city will travel counterclockwise to the next state to grab a noodle slice and bring that noodle slice back to their state. When they bring their noodle slice back to their state, they will hand the baton off to the next city, and the next city will run around to the following state and grab a noodle slice, and then bring that noodle slice back to their state and hand the baton off to the next city, and that next city will run counterclockwise to the next state and grab a noodle slice and bring it all the way back to their state. The first team to do this, to get all the noodle slices from each state and bring it back to their state, wins the game. But on the last noodle slice that's brought back, they must also take their baton and run it back to the center of the court and put the baton back where they got it and sit down quietly. Once they sit down quietly, the teacher will acknowledge the winner and will allow for the next two teams to complete their relay. The teacher will ask the winning team a question that is related to their state, like what is the capital of their state, or ask a player on that state's team what is the name of the cities on their team. If this team gets the question correct, then they win that game. If the student gets the question wrong, then the next team or the second place team gets a chance to answer the question to win the game. Modifications can include, you don't have to do SEC states, you could do countries or continents. The location doesn't have to be a basketball court. It can be on the track like a normal relay team. It can be used for large classes. There's up to 14 teams in the SEC. You can put about 2 to 3 players per school. Each noodle slice can be worth a certain amount of points. You can establish school rivalries where only Alabama is going against Auburn, or Georgia is going against Tennessee, or LSU is going against South Carolina. You can establish bowl games or championship games for the winners. It's all up to you. Just make it fun.